greatest quarterback rivalry maybe in history.
This one is going to be one for the ages.
It's a day here that looks very similar to what we had for the AFC title game. Same matchup 2 years ago. Sunny in the 40s, getting ready now to find the first team headed to Santa Clara and the Super Bowl. This game being broadcast in Spanish where available using the SAP button on your television. Little throwback here for you, Phil. Broad daylight, like back in the 70s and 80s. A lot of folks growing up watching the championship games in sunshine. It's going to be that way, by the way, at the start of the Super Bowl as well. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, it sounds great. And, you know, you look at this crowd, everybody in orange. This is about as close to a college atmosphere you can get with a pro football game. So pretty cool to watch it and to be here.
Unlikely to see McManus's kick returned, but Patrick Chung and Keyshawn Martin are back deep. And yes, indeed, it'll begin with a touchback. New England decides to take the football at the start after winning the toss.
Caught you by surprise a little bit, but that gives Tom Brady maybe one more possession than Denver.
Well, 10th time he stepped on the surface for an AFC title game. It's the most championship game performances in the history of the game. Montana was second with 7. As you see, the starting grouping that includes James White out here for the first play. Michael Williams, a backup tight end, is on the near side, split out wide, so they always show you something a little different. Empty backfield to begin it. Brady to Gronkowski, and he is pushed back after a catch for about 4. On him right away was Trevathan. This Denver defense, by the way, #1 in the league this year. First time in the history of the franchise that Denver's defense ever led the league. It's the #1 defense.
Well, no surprise. We knew New England, this is what they do. Wade Phillips was surprised the first time they played. He goes, my gosh, they threw it almost every down. So New England, this offense, the way it's been built, Tom Brady, very diverse. They love to throw the ball.
2nd and 5. Across the middle to Edelman, and he's thrown down by Harris after a first down, but you'll see the penalty marker in the secondary. And that's going to be a matchup to watch today. Chris Harris Jr. on Edelman. The play went for 8. Let's see what the Hockley crew has here.
Well,
going to be holding against Denver. It'll be
before
refused.
the pass was thrown, holding defense number 21. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
Big matchup to watch. We just saw it. Julian Edelman back from the injury. Looked, I thought, sharp last week. Going against a defender in Chris Harris, who Wade Phillips says is a special defender for guys just like Julian Edelman. This is a tough matchup, I think, for Chris Harris, just because of formations and movement by Edelman.
He's not healthy either. Sore shoulder for Harris. Here's a handoff to White. And it's a gain of 2. So first 2 plays, pass plays, then they go to the ground. They went pass plays the first 9 plays of the game back here November the 29th against the Broncos. And last week they opened up with 14 passes against Kansas City before a rush.
Nothing surprises me. Josh McDaniels, what they'll do on the offensive side. I think the difference between this game and they played late in the year, Tom Brady trusts all 5 receivers. But back then, I think he only trusted about 2 of them.
6 DBs in for Denver on a 2nd and 8 play. And the pass intended for Edelman. He had Roby on him that time. Bradley Roby, the former first-rounder out of Ohio State, who came up with the big forced fumble last Sunday against Pittsburgh.
That was a little different. That time Bradley Roby went across the formation with Julian Edelman. You got to have a lot of different ways to attack this New England offense. Denver, Wade Phillips has shown diversity, especially against Pittsburgh. They do it a lot of different ways.
Got a 3rd and 8 here. New England best in the league on opening drive touchdowns. They did it 7 times, plus they did it last week against Kansas City. New England now here on 3rd down is almost intercepted, and they will be forced to punt. That was Darian Stewart who got a hand on it.
Pressure makes you throw the football before you're ready. What's the in cut coming from the left? And that football, if it was going to be up, it was going to be intercepted. Tom Brady tries to get rid of it fast. And he did it so fast, he lost control of the football, and really a good break for Tom Brady there.
Ryan Allen punted 10 times here in that matchup a couple of months ago. Norwood, the returner, no fair catch, and he's tripped up right away. That was King on the tackle after a 47-yard punt. And now Peyton Manning trots onto the field. His 5th AFC Championship game appearance. The Broncos now set for their first snap. From the 17 with Ronnie Hillman, the running back, and Manning under center. Two tight ends. You've got Vernon Davis on the field. He played all of one snap against Pittsburgh. Play action and Manning looking to throw. His first pass was intended for Hillman. Now last week, Peyton did not commit a turnover in the game. That's the first time that's happened all season, Phil. But the football did not come out of his hand with a whole lot of velocity. Well, what do you expect from him today?
Listen, just like that, be careful with the football. But let's just remember, this is not the Peyton Manning of old. Through the injuries, now he wins the game with his guile, his gumption. He wants to outsmart you. They got a good running game. They want to out-tough you. Different defense, different offense for Denver this year over last year.
Great drop back for Manning, and his pass is tipped away. Nice play by McCourty. It was intended for Vernon Davis.
Devin McCourty, ex-corner, playing against the tight end on the outside. Vernon Davis, expect to see a little more of him this week or in this game because he is a fast tight end.
Well, he's been invisible really in recent weeks. Had 11 snaps total over the last 2 weeks, did Vernon Davis. And again, only one last week against the Steelers.
Saw him a lot in practice, so anytime you practice a lot on Friday, he tells me you're part of the game plan.
Third straight throw here for the Broncos, and it is caught for a first down. Emmanuel Sanders climbing the ladder for a gain of 11.
Timing was good. It's soft coverage at the top. Look how far Malcolm Butler is off Emmanuel Sanders. And the one thing we saw last week early in the game, Peyton Manning can read that easily, quickly, got his body underneath him, made a good throw.
Not exactly what you expected, though, to see the Broncos come out with 3 pass plays.
No, I do. They like to start out trying to go fast to make you think they're going to do that. Then they settle into the running game as the game goes along.
Here's the give to Hillman, and look at that tackle by Jamie Collins, who was not here in that first matchup. Decks him for a loss of 1.
He's just a modern-day linebacker, number 91, coming around. And what I mean by that, he's big. He could be a defensive end. He can cover guys. Really good blitzer. And of course, pretty good against the run game, as we saw in that play.
He was out with an illness in the regular season matchup, and he was troubled all week with a back injury that kept him limited in practice. This week, C.J. Anderson comes in for 2nd and 11 for Denver. Again, Manning on the throw. He's got another first down. Out to the 40. This one is caught by Norwood for a gain of 13.
Well, usually you see this New England defense, they get up and challenge wide receivers, but not so far here today. Couple throws where the off coverage, good foot movement by Peyton Manning, and then, hey, not dealing with the win this week. His confidence has already got to be up. Just how he feels and how he's thrown the football here in the early going.
1st and 10 to give to Anderson, who had a huge game against the Patriots, including the overtime winner from 48 yards out. That's a gain of 2 for C.J. Anderson. Here's a look at the Broncos on the field at the moment, including Jordan Norwood, who made that catch a moment ago. They've already played 4 different wideouts on this first drive, including Cody Latimer. 2nd and 8. Hightower, Branch, Collins signal back to the secondary. 2nd and 8, and that's Hightower on him quickly. Again, just a 2-yard gain, and Collins as well on the hit. This New England defense lost Hightower early in the game against the Broncos, and he's such a great run stopper.
Well, one thing they've done, Jim, this New England defense surprised a lot of people. They lost Darrelle Revis, Brandon Browner. Oh, it's going to be different. No, bigger up front. The corners have really come through and played well so far this year.
3rd and 6, pressure on the pass. And there is a flag thrown. Thomas looked back, and then it's tossed in there. The yellow marker on Logan Ryan. Ryan, who had such a good go of it. The last time they met, he held Thomas to only 1 catch on 13 targets, but he's going to be called here for the push-off.
Pass interference, defense, number 26. The ball was placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
And that spot is at the 42 of the Patriots.
Yep, but there they are, one-on-one, and we've seen some off coverage, but a definite foul there. Grab Demaryius Thomas. Logan Ryan, very aggressive, likes to stay close to the receiver and not afraid to take chances. If he gets a chance, he'll go for the interception.
First and 10 carry for Hillman. And he's to about the 35. And it's sheared on the tackle after the 7-yard gain. Postseason for Manning. The good stuff, 2nd all-time passing yards behind Brady. He's got his Super Bowl win and an MVP performance it was against the Bears. The bad side of things, the most losses, the most home losses, and the detractors will always talk about how he's got all the record in the regular seasons, but the postseason, it didn't match up the same.
Yeah, listen, he's had great regular season. You know, a lot of those times he played on teams that weren't that good. We're not going to go to the Super Bowl.
2nd and 3 rolling out, and he's got Caldwell with the catch at the 20 before he's twisted down by Justin Coleman. Pick up of 15. The drive to start it all the way back at their own 17 has now advanced to the red zone.
All the way across, but Peyton Manning on the bootleg. This is something I guarantee you caught this New England defense by surprise. They thought Peyton Manning would be behind the center, shotgun, play action passes. They were not expecting boot passes. That'll keep you on alert and make this New England defense be a little more conservative.
They've picked up 4 first downs now as they snap it at the Patriots 20. And run to Hillman. And run it right away. Back for a loss of 1 by Akeem Hicks. Watch Super Bowl 50 on your computer, tablet, or streaming device with CBSSports.com. Stream the game live, including the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show, for free. And get more details at CBSSports.com/Super Bowl.
Peyton Manning, some really good throws here in his first drive. New England said their key, can we slow the running game down, get him in obvious passing situations, and can he make the tough throws? Well, it's early. But the early answer is yes.
Demaryius Thomas has a linebacker on him in the slot to the right, 2nd and 10. See if Manning finds him. There's got someone else open, and it's a touchdown. It's Owen Daniels to the end zone.
Really good job by Owen Daniels. Everything when you get in the red zone, so much about scoring when you get near the goal line is about deception. And Owen Daniels just did it that time. He fakes like he's going to hook up in the middle. There's the little hookup, goes down the middle. Jamie Collins, nobody with him, wide open touchdown.
It looked like some confusion on that New England defense. Ninkovich was looking around. They didn't know who had Thomas, who had Daniels. It results in a touchdown. And the extra point is good. All regular season, plus the home playoff game last week, Manning threw 1 touchdown pass at home, a 1-yarder to Daniels against Minnesota. He hits him today on the opening drive for the Broncos. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. McDonald's celebrating the NFL playoffs with all breakfast. And by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side. Great skiing out here in Colorado, but our thoughts with everyone who had to endure that monster storm back east and in the mid-Atlantic states on Friday and Saturday. And hope you're warm and happy and going to enjoy a great day of football. First here, later today in Carolina with the Arizona and Carolina game. And I mentioned going to break that Peyton had thrown only the 1 touchdown pass all season at home. It was a 1-yarder to Daniels. This one went for 21.
Well, we knew he was hurt. That's part of the reason why, but still the numbers were alarming when you say it about his home starts. But how about that drive? A little bit of everything. Couple runs that did okay, but he threw the ball outside. He ran the bootleg, and then they confused the defense with Owen Daniels down the middle. Everything you would want for your offense to get players involved and to get confidence in your quarterback on that drive.
McManus, so far in the playoffs, 7 kickoffs, 7 touchbacks. And he was 5 for 5 on field goals against the Steelers. He's got another touchback here. It was an 83-yard drive put together by the Broncos. And now Brady and company will come out and see what they can do. Try to match it here in the first quarter. Today's Next Gen Stats are brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Second drive for New England. Vaughn Miller's down here at the bottom of the screen on Michael Williams, the backup tight end who split wide. Brady again going underneath. And it's a catch for about 7. Edelman. Talib taps him down.
Well, how they going to cover Rob Gronkowski? Be aggressive at the line of scrimmage. Don't give him free releases. And did you think they're not concerned about him? Roby on Edelman. Watch Gronkowski as he goes down the field. 3 defenders looking at him, always aware where he lines up.
Patriots insert Brandon Bolden in the backfield on 2nd and 3. And the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage by Derek Wolfe.
One of the things that really caught New England's attention as you watch the pass rush of Denver. Everybody across the board can rush the passer for the Denver Broncos, but it's the inside guys, Derek Wolfe, Malik Jackson, who cause so much havoc that nobody gives them credit for.
Wolfe just got a big contract last weekend, rewarded for his fine play. He's really stepped it up here in his 4th season. 3rd and 3. Brady from the gun. And it was intended for Gronkowski. T.J. Ward on the coverage. Those two go back to their Pac-12 days in Arizona and Oregon. And Gronkowski's looking everywhere for some help from the officials and doesn't get it.
Yep, one-on-one. T.J. Ward, you said it. They've had many encounters. Very physical. You can do all that within 5 yards. I think it was a good play by T.J. Ward.
Well, it forces a second punt for Ryan Allen. Denver tries to set up the return. He's got Cahill in front of him, does Norwood, who makes the catch inside the 20 and bounces around to about the 34. 55-yard boot, 16-yard return. Manning comes out up 7-0. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bank of America and by America's Navy. Under the lead of Coach Kubiak at the end of December, the team bought 100 bikes, gave them out to the Broncos branch of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver. What have you seen out of Brady here at the start?
Oh, you know, crowd noise. He knows they got a good pass rush. They kind of pressured him that first series, so I think he's still trying to feel his way into the game, get comfortable so you can make good decisions and good throws.
Pass over to Thomas, and in traffic he's tripped up by Coleman, and a gain of 5. And again, the Next Gen Stats presented by Mercedes-Benz. And back to Gronkowski and those who defended him in their matchup week 12. You see, Ward only had 2 times that he was on him. He got injured in the first quarter with an ankle and never returned.
Well, you see, they have a lot of different ways to do it. We'll see a lot of those here today. It won't just be T.J. Ward. You got to mix it up.
And Gronk, of course, was carted off the field in the 4th quarter of that game with what looked like at the time could be a devastating knee injury. It was a bone bruise. It cost him a game. As bad as it looked at first. That's a handoff to Hillman. And look at Patrick Chung come up from the secondary and knock him back a yard.
He's a great tackle. Let's go back real quick and just look at the touchdown. Why was Owen Daniels so wide open? You see the safety splits. And look at the middle of the field. Some linebacker, Jamie Collins or Nikovich, somebody has to carry the inside receiver down the middle. They made a mistake. That's why Owen Daniels was wide open.
That was the only opening drive touchdown executed by Manning all season. He played 4 full games and halves of 2 others. He's got a 3rd and 6, and it's tapped away by Coleman, defending on Fowler. And now the Broncos will bring out Colquitt.
Well, they got what they wanted a couple times. Coleman in the slot, and they love these type of patterns, the Denver Broncos, going straight up the field with 4 receivers. New England knows it. Coleman was ready, knocked it down.
Britton Colquitt in his 7th year from Tennessee. He's going to send it down to Danny Amendola. Amendola 2nd in the league this year in punt return average. And he's got past 2 Broncos. And again through traffic, a great return by Amendola out to about the 40. And it was Colquitt in on the tackle. The punter makes the hit after a 28-yard run back. The Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, honors players who have significantly impacted both the game and their communities. And coming up at halftime, we'll announce the 3 finalists for this great award. From the 40 after the big return by Amendola. Patriots go to the ground. They've got Steven Jackson in the game. And the all-time leading rusher for the Rams. And as flag comes in at the end, Wolf says, I've got the football.
A little extra fighting, pushing.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness offense, number 76. 15-yard penalty with 2nd down for down pass.
Well, all that momentum you had from the return and you feel good. 76, Sebastian Vollmer. It really is. It's the center, number 66.
Yeah, I think it's Stork.
Oh, then a headbutt.
Yeah, it's on Brian Stork, not Vollmer.
I did see the first action live, but so that return is just gone away now. You got the crowd back involved, and you put the quarterback and the offensive line in another tough situation.
Into a 2nd and 20 with the ball at the 30. Five wides for the Patriots. Underneath Edelman. And they hit him immediately at the 35. Both Bush and Ward hold them to 6.
Well, listen, I know the New England Patriots were expecting they're going to play us man-to-man, and we know what to do, and it's just about beating one guy. But so far, Wade Phillips, just like he did against Pittsburgh last week, Jim, it's really mixed the coverages up. And Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady not in sync with the right plays to go against this defense so far.
There's Wade Phillips, co-assistant coach of the year this year, along with Hugh Jackson, the offensive coordinator at Cincinnati, now the head coach of the Browns. 3rd and 14. And Brady's going to look down the field, looking for options. From behind, they get to him. It's Derek Wolfe again. And a loss of 1, and they'll punt for the 3rd time here in the opening quarter.
Well, watch, it's just going to be 3 deep. It's a really simple coverage, I guarantee you. They were not expecting this. They had a man route out trying to get people across the field. You make Tom Brady hold it for an extra second. That was one of the big keys for this Denver defense. He holds it, defensive pressure will get there.
2 returners back for the Broncos. Omar Bolden, who was their returner, was put on IR this week with a knee. He had put up a big return against the Steelers last week, and his season's over. That's a fair catch after a 45-yard punt catch by Norwood.
You know, might be a flag on the field. They're talking, but Wade Phillips said with astonishment to us, I just can't believe they came out that last game and threw it every down against us.
I think there's a lot of assistant coaches and coordinators who have that. I can't believe they did this, because they change it up so much week to week. Game plan by the week.
Ineligible member of the kicking team was downfield by the kicking team, number 88. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
As we take a look at our nationwide Skycam, that is the thing about going against the Patriots, is what are they going to do this time?
Well, it's not, you know they're going to throw the ball. I think the big thing is, Jim, who's going to line up where? That's always the problem for a defense. Maybe that's why Wade Phillips is being conservative, not to get caught with movement and somebody playing a receiver man-to-man where he can't physically live up to what he wants to do.
On first down from the 26. That's Hillman working hard for 2. Gary Kubiak coaching as a head coach for the first time in a championship game. 6-2 though as a player and as an assistant coach in championship games of the past.
Listen, not a knock on anybody that's been here before. I'm just saying this. This is a tougher Denver football team than we've seen. And it's because of Gary Kubiak, the fact that they run the football more. Of course, Wade Phillips, an aggressive defense. They win a lot of close games because they're tough.
2nd and 8, that pass. They ruled incomplete and wanted to make sure it wasn't a live ball.
Am I right, Jim? They win a lot of close games. Gary Kubiak said, look, we've been in those. We're comfortable with it. And we don't panic at the end.
Look at this pass.
Very close. It's got to be forward, and that.
I'm surprised Hillman didn't at least try to go after it. You saw Jonathan Freeney pick it up. No challenge. Yep, challenge flag is out. Patriots have challenged it.
It's such a big play that it might be worth the challenge. The big point is, did anybody recover the football?
Yeah, Freeney did.
Freeney picked it up.
New England is challenging the ruling on the field that it was a forward pass.
So Ed Hockley to take another look at this one. All right, the challenge on the field here. I'm going to bring Mike Carey in to tell us exactly what they're looking for right now in this sequence of replays.
So remember, the ruling on the field is the forward pass incomplete. In order to reverse, you look from where it's released from the quarterback's hand to where it's first touched. And from these angles, we don't really have a clear shot at it. So in my estimation, they're going to leave this stay on the field.
The Patriots do, in fact, win the challenge. And the Patriot bench is showing signs of celebration.
The pass was backward. Therefore, the recovery by New England gives New England the ball. The question is, the point from which the ball is released to the point that the ball is first touched or touched the ground. That was backward. It'll be New England's ball. The clock stays the same. There are no timeouts charged. Additionally, the defender did not touch the pass in the air.
So that's the first Bronco giveaway in a 23-drive stretch.
As you look, 22 and a half.
And here Hillman's got to go after it just because it's so close. I mean, watching it live, you had to think, ooh, you don't want to leave that up to any second guessing.
Well, you know, he saw Freeney in front of him. That's why he pulled off. And it was good, tight defense that made Peyton Manning go from one side to the other, caused that backward pass.
A winning challenge by Belichick has the Patriots now set up at the 22. And the pass is complete, and staying on his feet is Bolden. And then he's speared, and he's going to be flagged for that as Ward. Miller made contact, tripped him up. What a job by Bolden, as Brady found Bolden open. And the little add-on at the end, a personal foul coming on the back end of that.
Looking for matchups. That time they just said, let's throw it to the back, one-on-one. And really what always catches my attention, Bolden had a big game against this Denver defense when they played out here a couple weeks ago.
After the runner was down, personal foul on unnecessary roughness defense. Number 43. That would have
But the catch, it's how hard Tom Brady throws these short passes over the middle and outside, and that is a good call. Going down to the field, he's down by contact, and T.J. Ward takes the extra hit.
David Andrews is brought in for the Patriots, lining up as a fullback. Steven Jackson is the tailback here on a 1st and goal to go. It's Jackson, and Jackson, second effort, gets him across for the touchdown. And David Andrews, the rookie from Georgia who started the year at center, comes in, plays as a fullback on that occasion, and helps lead the way Jackson to the end zone.
He does. Watch Cannon, number 61. He's in the end zone against his guy, the linebacker, Von Miller. So that and Andrews, those two blocks were enough to get it in the end zone.
How about Steven Jackson? He wasn't even signed until December 27th. The all-time leading rusher I mentioned with the Rams. He wasn't even really following the game. Said he watched one game the whole season, a Thanksgiving Day game. Next thing you know, you're on the Patriot roster and you're a game away from going to the Super Bowl.
Well, he's a power runner, and that situation was perfect for him.
The extra point is no good. Gostowski had not missed all year long. He was one of only 5 place kickers who were perfect, and he had a streak of 523 consecutive makes until this one. Broncos 7, New England 6. Gostowski over 500 consecutive makes. Jay Feely is our kicking expert. What happened there, Jay?
You know, it looked like his plant foot was pointed in. He didn't follow through like he normally does. His hips didn't stay square. It was interesting. He lined up on the right hash in warm-ups kicking the extra point, and he put it in the middle on that one. I think there was something that was wrong in his mind, and he didn't follow through and do what he normally does and make the kick.
It's a good point. If he saw his left foot way in front of the football, that would stop you from getting to it.
Delivers a touchback on this kickoff.
By the way, just an observation by me. Is Jay Feely the most jack kicker you've ever seen?
Yeah, no question.
Holy.
It's like he could still be out there playing.
I think he's one of those
You know, any number of positions.
wants to kick it off and make the tackle.
Yep.
Snapping the hole, dude looked good. Watch the left foot, as Jay Feely said. A good shot.
The last time he had missed a PAT was back in 2006 at Tennessee. It's only the second ever of his career, and it's been a big career. 1st and 10. Here's the pitch. Anderson on the short side. Only a couple. Coleman there, Chung there, maybe 3. Wednesday on CBS, it's where young doctors learn to be great doctors. Code Black, new episode Wednesday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS.
Well, so far, when you look at this game, that outside run really cost the Patriots in their first matchup, but the run game going nowhere. So remember, New England stopped the run game. They get these obvious passing situations. That's what they wanted to get Peyton Manning in.
2nd and 7. They go to the safety valve, and Anderson's bumped out by Ryan.
Of course, you want to get any quarterback in those situations, but they're going off of what they saw last week, Jim. And what we saw last week from Peyton Manning, his first start in a long time, but also all the wind really caused him a problem.
The ball was fluttering on many occasions last week. He's 6 out of 9 here in the first quarter for 68 yards and a touchdown pass to Owen Daniels.
New England now pressing the wide receivers, not playing soft cover.
It's 3rd and 4, and he's going deep down the field for Sanders, who makes the catch right over the top of Malcolm Butler. And Ward's out there to congratulate him. What an effort by Emmanuel Sanders in a gain of 34.
It's a jump ball. Malcolm Butler did a great job in their first meeting, and he just misplaced the ball. Emmanuel Sanders beats him to it. Planted his feet, went up, attack the football and makes a tough catch.
Ball's at the 40 of New England.
I thought it was going to be tight coverage, but it wasn't. They jumped out of it and gave free releases to the wide receiver.
Last play of the quarter is a give to Hillman. And he backs in for maybe one. And after one, it's the Broncos 7, the Patriots 6. We'll return after these messages. And you're watching the NFL on CBS. Second quarter about to begin. There's Manning's numbers from the first quarter. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wilson, Evan Washburn. That is an incompletion intended for Virgil Green. Dante Hightower out there covering. That last part of the first quarter, Ninkovich got shaken up and received some treatment on the sideline.
Went over, worked his, couldn't tell if it was his right shoulder, what it is, but I did read it. One of the coaches came up and he said, hey, I'm okay, but not back in the game yet. He's a versatile, outstanding outside linebacker, defensive end. They'll miss it.
3rd and 9 down the field. And that pass over the head of Thomas.
He's trying to beat the coverage that time. Peyton Manning down the sideline. They were ready for it. Tight coverage. It's going to be this. They're going to split the safeties. And really just a good safe throwaway by Peyton Manning.
Colquitt will try to pin him here. And fair catch is made by Amendola at about the 14. 26-yard punt. Like they've had a little more on that, I'm sure, Colquitt. On Super Bowl Sunday, Pepsi presents the biggest concert of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 50 halftime show. And for the first time ever, Pepsi is giving fans exclusive behind-the-scenes access as the show comes together. Go to Pepsi.com for more details.
Well, you know, you look at that first quarter, and you look at New England, we talk so much about who? Gronkowski, Edelman, neither one really a factor so far in this game.
Gronk had 1 catch for 5 yards. Edelman 2 for 15. Play action. Brady in trouble and able to get it away just in time. Von Miller was on him.
What you want to do against Von Miller, they tried to, but they did a terrible job that time, slowing down. There's Gronk going across the middle of the field. He looks like he's open. Tom Brady decides not to take the chance, and did just not a good coordinated job against Von Miller. He's a runner. He's fast. Somebody needs to chuck him to slow him down so the offensive line can take care of him.
It's a 2nd and 10 from the pocket. It's picked off, and it's Miller with the interception.
Trying to throw a soft touch pass, and he just held up on it. Watch Gronkowski go out here. Watch Miller drop off in coverage and get underneath it. Really, that was so good by Von Miller. It fooled Tom Brady. He reversed field, looked inside, turned out, and made the interception. So Von Miller kind of goes quiet here and there, but in big moments, last couple games we've seen, he's the difference maker when you need it.
He wasn't quiet on those back-to-back plays.
No, he was not.
He was not in the game 2 years ago when we had the same matchup and the same location. He had that torn ACL, so he did not play in the Super Bowl against Seattle. But he's hoping to experience that for the very first time.
Of course, that Denver defense, Jim, you know it. You know how it is. Locker rooms, they are so sick of hearing about the Patriots offense. Oh, they didn't have this guy and that guy. They were looking forward to the matchup today.
From the 16, Broncos looking to strike quickly to the end zone, and it's overthrown. It was open for Sanders. He had Butler beat, and the pass wasn't there.
He had everybody open. Owen Daniels, the tight end, is going across the middle. He's open. Watch Sanders. He could pick either one for the touchdown. in the football. Boy, little stutter, out move, nobody underneath. And always when you're reading plays like that, you know, first guy inside, that would be Owen Daniels. Then you go to Sanders. They were both open. Huge missed opportunity.
Ninkovich back on the field for the Patriot defense. In fact, he's in on the hit of Ronnie Hillman, and it's a gain of 4. What happened with a pass like that?
Just misjudged it, Jim. Tried to hit him and overthrew it. You know, I always say this. You know, the quarterbacks are not machines. They're not going to hit every single pass that's open. You're not always going to make the right decision. It's adversity. You always have in the game. You got to overcome it.
3rd and 6 from the 12. In zone, caught by Daniels. His 2nd touchdown of the half. He had a step on Collins.
Yeah, he just out-maneuvered him. What did I say? Deception is what it's all about when you're talking about scoring down near the end zone. What a good stop and go by Owen Daniels.
Did he get the 2nd foot down?
It looked like he did when I watched it live. Got them both down, keeps possession. And that's the thing about Peyton Manning in his career. He loves double moves by all position players, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. Once they get in scoring position, that was an awesome route by Owen Daniels.
Well, you saw his frustration after it was thrown to him on 1st down. He makes quite a catch in the corner of the end zone. And the Broncos now lead it 14-6. Von Miller's 2nd career interception, 1 in the regular season in his career. And Daniels for the 2nd time from Manning. See, Gary Kubiak was visiting with his quarterback. Kubiak and Owen Daniels have been inseparable the last 10 years. He was part of Kubiak's draft class at Houston, played for him with the Texans, followed him to Baltimore where he was a coordinator last year, and on to here. Here's Martin on the return to the 24. And let's go down to Evan Washburn.
Well, Jim, on the Patriots sideline here, they're having some trouble with their Microsoft Service tablets. Last defensive possession, the Patriots coaches did not have access to those tablets to show the pictures to their players. The NFL officials have been working at it. Some of those tablets are back in use, but not all of them. A lot of frustration that they didn't have them that last possession, guys.
All right, Evan, thank you.
I don't know if those tablets are going to help. I know this. Peyton Manning is sitting there. How you like my arm now? How's it look so far? So listen, we're part of that brigade. You know, how's he going to play? They got to play around him. It's the opposite. They are being aggressive with his play calls and throws all over the field. Can Tom Brady settle down and get back in this game? Been in this situation many times.
From the pocket. And it's over the head of Bolden.
Well, they like that matchup. Anytime you can get a running back down the field against a linebacker, but Brandon Marshall, great coverage, and watch the pocket if you're Tom Brady. 5-man rush, and they are all around him. And the thing about the defense for the Denver Broncos, they are so deep along the front 7. So if you get tired as a pass rusher, just come out. They'll replace you with another one.
They had pressure that last time provided by Shaq Barrett, who's an emerging star at outside linebacker for the Broncos. And Manning had called, beg your pardon, Brady had called timeout.
Timeout New England. That's their first. It's a 30-second timeout. 30 seconds.
Well, as much as you try to speculate all week long and countless hours of programming out there across the country, everybody trying to tell you how this game's going to go. This is not the way anybody saw this game going at the start. I mean, just to begin with, you got Gronkowski with just a catch for 5 yards, and the tight end on the other side has 2 touchdowns. Owen Daniels.
That's right. Of course, there's so many things to cover, but I would say this: another star so far in this game, Wade Phillips, really changing defenses so much. New England having a hard time finding a rhythm. They're not calling plays, like I said earlier. they go against certain coverages. So Tom.
Here's a 2nd and 10. He's got time to throw it here, and he's got Gronkowski, who was walloped after the catch. Both Ward and Bush back there, but a good throw and catch for 19 yards.
Gronkowski coming across the field. How about this? Tom Brady moves and just throws a laser in between 3 defenders. And as we heard everybody say from the Denver Broncos, they respect Gronkowski, so big and can really run. We saw it on that play.
Flag is out and play is halted.
Ball start, offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty, it's first down.
Well, little move forward.
Tomorrow on CBS This Morning, a hidden camera investigation reveals how women are charged more than men for the same service. And our own James Brown previews the Super Bowl tomorrow. Wake up with Charlie, Gale, and Nora. CBS This Morning. No better way to begin your day. 1st and 15. And they run it. And tackled after 1 or 2. That's White on the carry. You mentioned Wade Phillips. And when we met with him on Friday, he said his defense, they play great when they're under pressure. They're pressure to perform.
Anytime the moment's been big this season, the defense has come through with an interception, a sack. And he says, part of my success, of course, they got great players. It's just about making them believe. It's the message you deliver. And you know, Jim, you know him better than me. He can deliver it well.
2nd and 13. And Harris on the coverage on Amendola tosses him down. It'll be 3rd and long as we go to Tracy.
A lot, Jim. You were talking about Evan Washburn when he mentioned the tablets going down on the New England sideline. While here on the Denver sideline, they are still working. I spoke with some NFL officials and they said they do not have to shut theirs down if the ones on New England sidelines go down only before kickoff. I was also told by the Microsoft tablet representative that they will be using hard wires to keep them going. Jim?
Okay, Tracy. It's a 3rd and 9. Patriots looking to convert on 3rd down for the first time. Brady's pass. There was pressure again, and there's a flag in the secondary.
A lot of contact deep down the field.
It was Ware and then Wolf who had Brady spinning around, stepping up, and trying to buy time.
It could be against, I don't know who. I saw Derek Ward grabbing Gronkowski 15 yards down the field. Or TJ Ward, I should say.
Before the pass was thrown, illegal contact, defense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
Never identified the culprit.
What's Talib in the slot? That's holding. Across the middle, you see Gronk's, his jersey being pulled, so good job by Brady moving in the pocket.
And
it's a big hit.
Well, from Wolf. But they get out of a 3rd and 9. They get the first down. Off the penalty. The give. Bolden. No gain. Malik Jackson brings him down. Tomorrow on CBS, the forces of evil are no match for this team of brainiacs. Scorpion. A new episode tomorrow at 10, make that 9, 8 Central. Only CBS.
One guy we haven't talked about just a little bit. Malik Jackson that time. Inside number 97. I think the Patriots were as scared of him as they were the outside pass rusher, DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller. He stopped that last running play.
Making it a 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. Holding on to it is White. Darian Stewart really hit him, though, after 11.
Boy, that was a big hit. White actually kind of looked wobbly as he gets up, but it's a three-man rush, and you rush three guys. Why? To stop the inside passing game. That's what I think why they did it, and too many people were between the tackles and not outside. Let White get the catch.
And White's out of the game. Steven Jackson takes his position. New set of downs. Jackson, he was trying to cut outside, but got tangled up for no gain. This running back crew for the Patriots, they had such a dynamic player early in the season, Dion Lewis, done for the year with an injury. And then LeGarrette Blount figured to take it the rest of the way. He gets injured, out for the year. Typifying what really they've had to go through. The offensive line has been reshuffled so many times. 13 different starting lineups. You see both teams struggling to run the football so far.
The speed of Denver, you can't practice against it, is a problem for New England's run game.
2nd and 10. And that pass comes up short of White. Brady, the only Patriot to start all 16 games, only offensive starter, that is. Now look at Ware trying to come from behind.
Almost got there, but the receiver was open. Tom Brady just not convinced or didn't have good conviction just to drive it out there.
3rd and 10 from the 40. Stepping up and now taking off. Look at Brady run. And he's going to have the first, I believe. This is like the pylon play against Kansas City. And Talib was the one who tackled him. It's a first down. Brady runs for 11.
Well, when you try to follow, watch the defense. Nobody looking at the quarterback. They're all covering receivers down the field. So once he gets past the pass rushers, it's a free run. You said it. Just like the run he had to get the touchdown on the pylon. But Tom Brady, pocket movement and trying to create opportunities for himself. He's done it much more over the last 3 years.
And that's the longest run of the game by either team. And his pass is incomplete. He was throwing it to Edelman, but Roby looked like he could have made a play on it. This is the play that we referenced. Same look. Here they had to go to review it. Challenged and all, was not ruled a touchdown, but he was able to get it across on the next play with a sneak.
Yeah, you just got to move around as a quarterback in this league, no matter who you are and how old you are, to give yourself more opportunities.
2nd and 10. Again, he goes back to White. It'll set up 3rd and about 3. Brady's agility, though, and movement, it's better than it was early in his career, no question.
Well, he kind of talked about it, Jim. He said he went back and watched himself and said, I got to do it because I'm missing too many plays. And, you know, it's one of the things we talked about starting the game. His arm strength, how lively it still is, and the fact that he can move around, pick up the first down, or throw it down the field.
3rd and 3. Roby down at the bottom of the screen on Gronkowski. Keep an eye on that matchup. Brady looking around, and he is taken down. Ware was there. The two guys on the outside, Ware and Miller, combined to drop him back and bring out Gostowski for a field goal attempt.
On the outside, one side is DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller, and if you just keep putting your tackles one-on-one against these two guys, crowd noise, they're fast, they're going to get there quick.
A loss of 6. It's the 2nd sack of the game by the Denver defense. They were best in the league this year. 46-yard field goal try. Gostowski, and the kick is good. Makes it a 14-9 game. But the outside backers, Miller and Ware, ended the drive and held them to a field goal. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Join a better network because better matters. State Farm. Find your agent at statefarm.com. And buy the all-new 2016 Honda Civic. From the Fournet Transportation Museum here in Denver. Phil, there's your ride to the Super Bowl. 2 weeks' time in Santa Clara.
I don't know if I'll make it in time if I'm on that.
Yeah, that's why we got the extra week.
Okay. Well, Denver's defense doing quite a job so far here today. Just the coaching, the fever they're playing with. Of course, said earlier too, they can do it because they got a lot of second stringers that can come in and get the job done too. And if Tom Brady doesn't look settled down, I'll tell you why. Because of all the pressure he has been under so far. They're changing defensive coverages. They're all over him. He's taking a couple big hits. Can't find the open guy. So, oh, look at that blood.
Yeah, a little scrape here. This field is very firm.
If you and I had that, Jim, right now we'd be out for 2 weeks. I mean, things have changed. We're just...
You couldn't hold your microphone.
That's right.
From the 20, the give to Anderson. And off the left tackle, he's going to have a pickup of 3. This running game produced 179 yards on the ground against the Patriots, week 12. So far today, it's not quite the same. They've got now 12 carries for 21 yards.
Well, they like these inside matches they have, the Patriots. They are big up front. Alan Branch, 97. Malcolm Brown, a rookie first-round draft pick. He can do it. Jabal Sheard, free agent they picked up or signed this offseason. He's been terrific.
Second and 7. And staying on the ground again with Anderson for a couple.
But what did it do? It's not pretty. Gets the fans, oh, come on, throw the ball. We need big plays. But look where they are. They're in a very makeable 3rd and 5 situation, which limits the defense and gives Peyton Manning more options.
They've been rotating guards in the game. Thanks Garcia, Evan Mathis, Luis Vasquez. And now that line. And snap it back, shotgun time. 3rd and 5. Actually Manning.
54's down. 95's down.
And he'll drop back here.
No, 91's up.
Coming after him. Rolls out. He's in trouble. And he flings it over the bench. It was Jamie Collins. It was racing after him.
Really good timely blitz on the inside. Jamie Collins. Well, I'll tell you what, Peyton Manning, the bootleg, this run, looks pretty good. That foot's feeling, of course, we know a lot better. Second week back. In every phase of the game, he's just been much sharper today.
Patriots force a 3 and out. And a whistle before the punt.
By rule, the ball cannot be snapped until the officials are in their position. There is no foul. It's 4th down.
So the officials weren't ready. Nobody's ready. As Belichick talks to his defensive coordinator. Just a moment ago, he's over talking to Brady. And they're going to get the football back here with 5.5 to go in the second quarter.
Well, you don't do what this team has done if you're not able to make adjustments on both sides of the ball, which Bill Belichick one of the best at.
Amendola fell down, but the ball is bounced out of bounds. Let's check this flag. Punt traveled 47 yards. Matthew Slater is going to his 5th Pro Bowl. He's not 100% with a shin injury. He got tangled up with a film camera last week.
Talk about Matthew Slater. Bill Belichick in his career started as a special teams coach. He always has one guy like Matthew Slater. Larry Izzo, Renee Thompson with the Giants.
Unsportsmanlike conduct by the kicking team, number 36. Went out of bounds on the punt, and he stayed out of bounds. That's a 15-yard penalty. It's enforced from where the ball was dead, 15 yards. New England keeps the ball.
It's on Kayvon Webster, who made some big plays on the punt coverage team last week.
Goes out of bounds, doesn't get back in bounds quick enough.
Patriots are going to start at the 41 after that 15-yard penalty. Bolden is the running back, and he gets the call here and manages to squeeze something out of very little there. Gain of 4. Evan Washburn, let's go down to you.
Well, Jim, I was just told by NFL officials that the tablets are 100% working for the Patriots. They now have all the effects that they need. We'll keep you updated if anything changes.
Okay, thank you, Evan. I think the Broncos' Brandon Marshall was shaken up on that last play.
Well, why has Tom Brady had a pretty tough start here in this game? It's because they're doing different coverages that they were not expecting. So he holds on to the football, gets chased down from behind, and then watch this. Von Miller, it's just a great play. But again, I think it confused Tom Brady just enough where he just didn't let the football go the way he wanted to. When you hesitate, don't trust it, the ball comes up short.
2nd and 6. Back to Bolden. Trevathan sticks him right away, and Ward comes up as well. Holds him to 1. It'll be 3rd and 5 for New England.
Well, you know, Jim, you look at this game so far, neither team can really run it very well. I think New England's trying to stay with the run probably a little more than they expected because the passing game has not been sharp. And Denver, the story there, Peyton Manning, when given time, making good throws.
They had last week against the Chiefs only 7 rushes by running backs. So far, the Patriots today 8 carries by the backs. The biggest run was by Brady. He's hit when he throws it, and it leads to an interception by Stewart. It was Malik Jackson who knocked down Brady, and he's intercepted for the 2nd time in this quarter.
Malik Jackson comes around and really gets a solid hit on Tom Brady.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TD Ameritrade, official sponsor of the NFL. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of Super Bowl 50. Tom Brady was hit, fell on his left shoulder, and immediately grabbed his left side.
DeMarcus Ware frees the lane. Malik Jackson makes the hit. Let me say it again. We said in the opening, Denver is a Super Bowl defense.
And movement on the Broncos side.
Ball start offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, that's 1st down.
And the speed, we said it too. You know, just not but just all the rushers, pass rushers that they have. They are, I'd say they got a good 6 guys that you have to worry about, maybe more, that can beat you one-on-one and get to the quarterback.
1st and 15. They're all over him, and they take him down, Alan Branch.
Alan Branch, number 97. It takes so long, that extra little beat. Peyton Manning wants to make this fake and then throw the football down the field. But look at Hightower, Branch, both in the backfield.
Loss of 7. That's the first Patriots sack of the game.
Yep, brace yourself. It's going to hurt.
Now he's got a 2nd and 21. All the way back at the 33. And timeout's called by the Broncos. The 2016 NFL Pro Bowl presented by USAA gets you closer to the players and the action. Hall of Famers Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice select the teams at the Pro Bowl draft on Wednesday, January 27th, and you can watch the Pro Bowl live from Aloha Stadium on Sunday, January 31st on ESPN.
You know, you look at those last two plays. Let's look at the play that Peyton just had. It was quick. The pressure got there. It was a little quicker than what happened to Tom Brady. But Peyton Manning knows, don't throw it if you don't see it clearly. So he wasn't going to try one of those last-second desperation throws before he got hit. Tom Brady had a little longer time, but when you throw under pressure, especially against these two defenses or good ones, it's big trouble.
Second and 22. He completes it out at the 47. Just the second catch of the game by Thomas, although Butler says incomplete, and the officials agree. Hit the ground.
88, bottom of your screen, Malcolm Butler reading the quarterback. Just goes in and rakes the football out. Good boy, that's it. The ball did come out before the knee hit because looked like he had possession. But going to the ground with contact, you got to hold on that football the whole time.
So Thomas has only one catch in the game for 5 yards, third and 22. And we'll try to get a chunk here before they bring out Colquitt. Anderson picks up about 6 or 7. And we're moving inside 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Well, you know, that last play that we saw by Malcolm Butler, you know, the Super Bowl hero from the Seattle game. But him and Logan Ryan have changed his football team. Everybody thought it was going to fall apart because they lost Terrell Revis, Brandon Browner. Far from it. They're very good man-to-man cover guys.
Delivers a good one back at the 11. And Amendola fields it there. Let's get some update on injuries that have happened during the game. Let's go down to Evan first.
Well, Jim, number 61, Marcus Cannon, right tackle for the Patriots, was evaluated for a concussion. He's been cleared to go back out onto the field. I saw him step up. He did look a little woozy, but again, he's been cleared by the UNC unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant. For more on the Broncos, let's go over to Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks a lot, Evan. For the Broncos, linebacker Brandon Marshall, he jammed his finger on that last drive, came off, they taped it up, and he's back in.
Yep. All right, you're not going to keep him out for long with a jammed finger. Marshall, their top tackler in the regular season. Brady and company, 2:27 to go in the quarter, starting at the 12. And Jackson stacked up after maybe 2.
Well, they're showing great respect for this defense, just the fact the way they're in. But look at their first 7 possessions, what they've done. They got the touchdown on the turnover, but it's been rough sledding against the defense, just pressuring the quarterback, stopping the run, making it hard to call plays for Josh McDaniels.
We've reached the 2-minute warning here in Denver, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Coming up, the Verizon Halftime Report. All the crew standing by, getting ready here on site for the Verizon Halftime Report. 2nd and 8. Each team with 2 timeouts. 2 minutes to go. Second quarter and a whistle first.
False start offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty at second down.
Well, Jim, we talked about these 3 guys, Rob Gronkowski, Edelman, Amendola, such a big key to the offense. Hey, it's not all just them. Tom Brady's missed some passes. He doesn't have time. The defense is confusing him, and that's what just drew that penalty. They lined up in a defense that we haven't seen today. Makes you uneasy on the offensive side.
Yeah, they had Von Miller lined up over the center, standing up. Led to the 5-yard step off, back to the 9. On 2nd and 13, a pass at the feet of Keyshawn Martin. And the clock It only took 2 seconds.
You know, that's not an inaccurate throw. He just throws it away. He doesn't like it. He knows he's backed up. Doesn't want to make a big mistake. So he's not going to try to put it right on the mark. Of course, Denver, 2 timeouts. Got to use one right here if you stop them on 3rd down and the clock is moving.
The Broncos employ 6 DBs for 3rd and 13. Patriots run it. And they stop James White at about the 17-yard line. There'll be a timeout called here by the Broncos with 1:52 to go. And the Patriots about to punt.
Well, you know, it's 14-9. You go, wow, draw play with Tom Brady? Hey, that was the call. I mean, the crowd noise is deafening. You can't control the rush. 14-9. You walk in at halftime. If it finishes this way, Jim, and you go, we were not good at all. That's an understatement. So, you know, you get a chance to come out in the second half and correct some of the mistakes.
What's the first adjustment you think the Patriots will make?
Let's see. Who's the most important player in the New England Patriots? Tom Brady? Hey, let's protect our quarterback a little better. Let him get some time. Let him build some confidence so we can look down the field to these guys we've been talking about to see if they can beat the coverage.
Yeah, offensive lines used 37 different combinations this year. It's the most by any team in the league in 22 years. And the punt goes out of bounds near midfield. They say at the 44-yard line, 39-yard boot. Again, the Verizon halftime report is coming up. The guys are out of the green room and they're ready to go, waiting for their sets.
I would never come out of their green room. I went in there before the game. They got hairstylists, makeup, wardrobe, all the food you want. I even saw a masseuse in there. It's good to be a star. Just ask Boomer.
Coach Gower's getting a good laugh out of that one. 1:46 to go in the half and a timeout to work with. Good run here. Best run of the game by Anderson. Gets near a first down. He'll be about a half-yard short.
Great call. What it did, it caught New England by surprise. They're thinking pass. But Peyton Manning, we've seen last week against San Diego, last game of the year, very patient. We'll use that running game as much as possible.
From the gun, Mannings's pass pulled down somehow. That pass looked dangerous, but it was snared by Thomas for the first down at the 40.
This is a pass on the outside, coming underneath. Boys, this is going back in time. Good read by Coleman, but that's the Marvin Harrison pass that you saw so many times in Indianapolis. I haven't seen it in a long time from Peyton Manning.
Well, he's got his new number 88 here in Thomas, and he made a physical play to make the catch. There's Anderson, and he is out of bounds with 47 seconds to go. That was Coleman on the tackle. Now, remember, New England won the toss and took the football. They handed, as a result, they handed the Broncos the potential double-double, if you will. The last possession first half, plus receiving the second half kickoff.
65! 65! 65!
New England playing very conservative, making sure they just want to give up a field goal try.
2nd and 4. And down the field has bigger ideas, and Sanders was the target.
They had exactly what they want. They change up. Watch the little stutter by Emmanuel Sanders. That little stutter there. Oh, in fact, I thought he did it on purpose. I think he got caught by surprise. And Peyton Manning goes, if you didn't slow down, that football might have been right on target. Look, you give him those looks. He loves nothing more, Peyton Manning, than throwing those passes down the sideline where not a lot can go wrong on the offensive side.
3rd and 4. From here, it would be about a 52-yard field goal if they have to go that way. Manning's pass is knocked away, incomplete. That was Logan Ryan.
What a play. Could
denying Thomas.
Could be the difference between 3 and 7. Little stutter, double go, slant go, stutter go, whatever you want to call it. How about that?
Field goal attempt here by McManus, who was 5 for 5 last week, 4 of them from outside the 40 and a long of 51. And timeouts called by the Patriots.
That's a 30-second timeout.
Gronkowski and Brady hoping to team up a little bit more often in the second half. 2 catches again for Gronk for 24 yards.
You know, I think that timeout, you go, well, that's a little curious. Why would you waste it? But they did it to make sure they don't get drawn off sides, I think.
Jay Feely, what do you think?
Well, you see Brandon McManus going back to the sideline to kind of reset. He missed a kick earlier in the season against Cincinnati, a game winner, and they felt it was because he stayed out there during the timeout. He went back to the sideline to stay in rhythm. We'll see if it helps him here on this 52-yarder.
You know what? There must be a cult between these kickers to know all these things about each other. This is great. Oh.
52-yard try. McManus drills it good.
But it makes sense. Don't stand out there. Get tight. If there's one player, of course Jay Feely would know this more than me, that has a chance to let tension and all that get involved in the game, would be the kicker.
Well, a year ago in the playoffs, McManus was on the roster. They used him only for kickoffs. Connor Barth handled all the place kicking duties. But they knew this kid had a big leg, and they had a lot of hope that he would be able to hold up. And he has done that now in the postseason. 6 for 6. 2 of them outside of 50. Malcolm Butler mixed it up a little bit with the place kick. You don't see that very often. Jawing with the kicker.
If you're going to pick on somebody, it might as well be the kicker.
Actually, Jay Feely, I think that's something that you rather enjoyed doing, that type of thing, right? He was never afraid to mix it up.
Nope.
Make a tackle or 2.
See that more and more from kickers in the league. Don't go down and make tackles now.
And we'll set up the Patriots at the 20 with 33 seconds to go.
Me, if I was the Patriots, I'd take a knee. But if they do anything on offense or try something, you think it's a screen, draw, whatever, but why even take that chance?
You know, you think about this first half. Brady has been under fire the whole time by that Denver defense. But here they are down only 1 score. And they've been dominated. They've won that challenge. That was a huge thing for the Patriots. Led to their touchdown. But again, it's an 8-point margin at the intermission. 1-score game. 2 touchdowns by Owen Daniels. And Owen wasn't so sure about things. He's the last to leave the bench area, the sideline. Manning heads to the locker room after throwing for 128 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Who's heading to California for Super Bowl 50? 2 quarters to play here in Denver, with the Broncos leading at 17-9. And we'll be back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. It's Owen Daniels to the end zone. Jackson gets him across for the touchdown. End zone caught by Daniels. It's a 17-9 lead for the Broncos, and Denver will be receiving the second half kickoff. Back here with Phil Simms. And what are you looking for? Start of the second half as far as adjustments that you'll notice right away.
Well, a couple things. The guys talked about, you got to protect Tom Brady better, but I think the New England offense has got to find a way to back off the Denver defense. I mean, they got courage. They're emboldened because their play has been so good. So can somebody get deep for the New England Patriots?
All right, from the first half, the numbers look this way. Again, both teams having a struggle establishing anything on the ground. Brady picked twice, Manning throws 2 touchdowns. Who would have figured
Who would have thought? That's right. You know, the Denver defense so good. 1 of 7 on 3rd downs for New England. Always part of the story when you talk about Denver.
All right, the Super Bowl halftime show, the Pepsi presentation of the Super Bowl 50 halftime show. What does it take to pull off a halftime performance? You can find out how the magic happens. Follow the journey only on Pepsi.com. So, going into the second half, it's a 1-score margin, if you will. 8-point differential. And Manning and the Broncos to take the field first.
You know the other thing, Jim? These are older quarterbacks. They've taken a lot of big hits here in the first half.
Wisnowski sends it to the back of the end zone, gives us a chance to check in first with Evan.
Well, Jim, I spoke with Bill Belichick only about the pressure that Tom Brady was receiving. He said it was a combination of what they're doing up front, but he said also the secondary, it's mixing coverages, not allowing New England to get the ball out quick. Now, we saw Brady take those hits. I didn't see him receive any treatment on the sideline, so we'll keep an eye on him. And also, Julian Edelman went into the locker room right as he came out, so we'll keep an eye on him as well.
All right, Evan, so we'll get Tracy's report from the Bronco locker room after this snap from the 20. Open up with a running play with Hillman. And he's down at the 20. Let's go back to you, Tracy.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Gary Kubiak really pleased with Peyton's performance in the first half, but he said we could not give up on the run. 39 yards. Very happy with the defense as well. He said we need to put 2 halves together, something they haven't been able to do. His final words, 30 minutes for each other, Jim.
Here they try to blitz on Manning. He's spun around and he's taken down at the 5-yard line. Jamie Collins with that quick burst across again, as well as Malcolm Brown, and they deck him at the 5.
Well, what happens, Jamie Collins, number 91, just reading the play, sees the back go inside, it frees him up. But Peyton Manning initially had time to throw the ball, nobody open, tight coverage, takes the sack.
They spot it somehow up at the 7, but nonetheless, it's a 13-yard loss, and it's 3rd and 23. 2 sacks apiece now for these defenses. As you might expect, a running play with Anderson, and there's Collins making another tackle.
You just got the feeling, even as the first half, the defenses are just dominating the pace of play. New England, some struggles, but they've had some moments where you see physically, especially up front, they have a chance to overpower that Denver offensive line.
Colquitt sends a spiral to Amendola at the 32. And he's down. It's Latimer. Latimer, the backup wideout, with the tackle after the 53-yard punt. Brady looking for some protection from the line in this half. Back for the Patriots' first play of the 3rd quarter. Edelman is on the field. Edelman and Gronkowski, 39 yards combined in the first half. Brady coming out throwing, and it's knocked down incomplete. Going for Gronkowski, who was covered by Trevathan. And you said it, these 2 quarterbacks have been taking a pounding.
Peyton Manning, couple big shots, 1 low. Tom Brady, boy, take as many big hits here today as you've seen him take all year. And I don't care if you're young or old, that hurts. Hard to get the football down the field. For Tom Brady, doesn't have the time to look, get that second look to fire one deep down the field.
Brady, one of his last 6. Across the middle and on target with Gronkowski. And he weaves past 3 Broncos and takes it all the way to about the 35. He did get a block, a little help from Keyshawn Martin, and it's a gain of 32.
And he's got speed. Here he comes across the field. Trevathan, just the in cut so sharp. Good timing by Tom Brady, and you can see once he gets the football in his hand, man, he is tough to deal with. So fast, covers so much ground with those strides.
Gronkowski limped to the sideline after the 31-yard play, the longest of the day for the Patriots. came in with back and knee issues. Scott Chandler's on the field for him. Brady complete to Edelman at the 30.
Really good job. Tempo that time. Denver was not ready for that play, but that finally, Rob Gronkowski, somebody clearly beat a defender where they made a big play and get this offense back on track.
And the offense quickly advancing to the Denver 30 where it's a 2nd and 4. Again, he's got an open man. And holding on to it is Amendola. Stewart, for the 2nd time in this game, comes in and delivers a vicious blow, but again the Patriot receiver holds on. Gain of 10.
Nobody on him. Might have been a mix-up in coverage. They let him go. And Tom Brady, just a couple throws, but those feet get him in the ground. Know it's going to be rough. Driving the football down.
Amendola got fined last week for a hit during a punt return when he tried to hit a Kansas City player. He might want to tell the league, what about that one? First down, Brady with pressure, gets it away to the end zone, and it's incomplete. White was the receiver, and had Brady had a half a second longer to throw it, it might have been a touchdown.
Could have been a touchdown. They run a game inside. Vance Walker, 96, gets in there, and Tom Brady hung in there as long as he could, but not able to get enough on it because of the pressure by Vance Walker.
There's White. And Bush had his back turn. It's incomplete. Gronkowski remains out for this 2nd down snap. That's a running play. Vance Walker is there. And he snuffs it out for no gain. James White, the ball carrier.
Well, you know, it's James White coming into the offense, trying to fulfill a big role. Dion Lewis was so great for the Patriots early in the year. He gets hurt, but White has made plays in the run and pass game to kind of keep that element out of the backfield going for the Broncos. I mean, for the Patriots. Sorry.
1 for 7 on 3rd down today. Edelman is being guarded here by Harris Jr. 3rd and 10. Incomplete. As they were going back to Amendola, Harris shifted over to Amendola, and he'll make the play on that one.
Watch Amendola go out here. Watch Stewart. He is reading, going for the interception. Tom Brady was going to try to jam it in there. Gets away with one here. Just threw it so hard, nobody could catch it.
Yeah, Harris, again with that sore shoulder, it actually hit him in the chest area. It's going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt here for Gostowski. And the kick is good. 17-12 game here in Denver. Broncos on top. Gostowski's 2nd field goal of the game. Good for 46 and 38. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Pepsi, the official sponsor of the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show. And by Batman vs. Superman from Warner Brothers Pictures in theaters March 25th. Is that what we have here today? Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, we do. I'm just trying to figure out who's what. Is it the defenses? Is it the quarterbacks?
Gostowski's kick could have been returned, but Caldwell will take a knee and will take it downstairs to Evan Washburn.
Well, we saw Rob Gronkowski leave the field during that previous series. They did not receive any treatment on any body part. It was all hydration based. He still has his helmet. No word from the Patriots, but he received a lot of water and hydration while he's on the sideline. Once I hear more, I'll let you guys know.
They could have used him at the end of that last drive. He helped set him up there with the big 31-yard play. Got him into that field goal range. And Anderson stopped right away by Hightower for no gain. Denver has only 1 first down over its last 4 drives. Have fun with friends and hone your football skills. Play NFL Flag. Go to playfootball.com today to find a league in your community.
Well, they can't run the ball at all, so they got to stay patient with it, just like Gary Kubiak said, just for the pacing of the game. Keep the defense guessing, and that way you don't put too much pressure on pass protection and Peyton Manning.
Peyton down the field, and it is incomplete. And one-on-one coverage out there. Again, Logan Ryan is giving fits to Demaryius Thomas. Justin Coleman had blitzed. Manning had to get rid of it maybe a little earlier than he wanted.
Yep, Justin Coleman coming to the outside. C.J. Anderson gets him a little too late. And Logan Ryan gave Demaryius Thomas fits in their first game.
How about 13 targets to Thomas with Ryan on him and only one catch?
One catch, but that one catch was big. Led to victory for him on one of the final drives of the game.
Thomas is out for this 3rd and 10. Caldwell in for him. Manning stepping up. And he's going to run with it. Can you believe it? He's got a first down.
Championship weekend, man. You got to do what you got to do. How about that by Peyton Manning? You remember when he ran away from the rush and threw it away and the boot? We said he's running great. Nobody looking at the quarterback. And he took advantage of it. They figured, hey, he breaks the pocket. Surely he's going to throw it.
Look at the disbelief.
Oh, it's great. Vance Walker.
Malik Jackson. Well, you know, he saw Brady do it in the first half, and he said, you know, I can do it too.
Yep.
And first down play action. And he's got a completion, a diving catch by Latimer. Cody Latimer with the catch.
He was covered perfectly that time by Logan Ryan. It's just, watch it out here. Watch Logan Ryan, outside technique. He's perfect. He thinks he's probably going to get an interception, but the throw is low and to the outside, and Latimer goes and makes the catch.
Latimer, who had a catch against the Patriots, then went the whole rest of the regular season without one, came up with a couple last week against the Steelers. The handoff to Hillman for 2. So Peyton having a little fun with it. And what hasn't really, any way you look at it, have been a fun year at all for Peyton. Off the field, dealing with the coaching change, a pay cut, the allegations of HGH, which he fiercely denies, and then on the field, working with a new scheme.
Sure.
The injury that kept him out for 7 games, only to return as a backup for the first time since he was a freshman at Tennessee. And of course, the arm is just, you know, it's not what it used to be.
Looks pretty good today,
Yes,
though.
it does.
So, yep. Health is a funny thing. Judge them when they're healthy. And Peyton Manning looking sharp.
2nd and 8. Got that one into the arms of Sanders. And they're within a yard of first. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Well, let me say this about Peyton. He's done so many things to change the quarterback position. So everybody in the league is looking for that coach on the field with talent, which Peyton Manning is. And don't forget, before that neck injury in the nerve, he was a terrific, terrific thrower of the football. And he, like I said, he's changed the way it's played, just like we looked at Pioneers, Buddy Ryan, a new defense, Bill Walsh with his offense.
Got 3rd in the foot here. Toss. Anderson, stiff arm, what a tackle by Butler. Huge play by Malcolm Butler, as Anderson probably felt he would win that battle with a stiff arm.
He did, waiting to see how close he is to the first down mark. Great job by Malcolm Butler. The corners for the Patriots can really tackle, and they tackle well.
All it was 3rd and a foot.
Kubiak does the right thing, in my opinion, punt this football.
Actually lost about a yard with that one. So Colquitt punting from the Patriots 46. And a flag on the field. Ball secures it at the 8. I'm still looking. Told there was a flag on the field, but might have been picked up. Okay. 38-yard punt, and Colquitt gets the job done. Back in the Patriots inside the 10, and Gronkowski's back on the field. The Kraft family, Robert in the middle, Danny on the left, Jonathan on the right. Annabelle Bolin, the wife of Bronco owner Pat Bolin. 6:42 to go, quarter number 3. And Brady fields the snap from the 8, and he's in trouble. And he's hit hard by Von Miller. The Patriots even had an extra lineman in on this play, Cameron Fleming.
Cameron Fleming on the outside to make it a bigger edge where Tom Brady would have had more time, and it did not work out. Boy, what timing by Von Miller. The quick start. That's what they talked about. He's a sprinter. Somebody's got to hit him quicker than we just saw there. Usually running back, tight end, got to chip him.
They run it out of the end zone, out of the gun. And Bolden fights for every inch to about the 5, nearly the 6.
You know, when you're backed up, crowd noise, you got tremendous speed rushers, you got to help them out.
We got a player down, Darian Stewart, who has an interception in this game. And he's going to get some attention from the Bronco medical crew as we step aside here, inside 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, innovation that excites, and by Intuit, TurboTax, taxes done smarter. Darian Stewart has been replaced by Shiloh Ko. 3rd and 13 for Brady and the Patriots. Pass to White, tackled right away by Von Miller, who's all over the field now.
Just a great play. Fake screen to the right, a screen back underneath to the left, and Von Miller is just everywhere.
He's got an interception. He's got a sack and a half. He's got that tackle right there to end that 3rd down attempt.
Go back. Patriots backed up. Why they backed up? Because Peyton Manning's scramble changed field position, made it tough for this Patriots offense.
Joe Cardona will snap it to Ryan Allen. And the flag and the play is whistled dead.
Before the ball was snapped, false start offense in the 53. Half the distance to the goal, 4th down.
Now Allen will be forced to step right at the back of the end zone. He had 1 block this year, which resulted in a touchdown by the Eagles. Norwood awaits the punt near midfield. There is contact with the punter, but no flag as it hops and rolls out to about the 43. So that's going to be a good number. 52-yard punt for Allen. So both of these teams are having a hard time getting the running game going, but the quarterbacks, they've had the longest rush for each side. And look at their speed. Look at Brady. Top speed of 17. And not to be outdone, a year older, here's Manning. And he actually, it reached 17-mile-an-hour speed as well.
Yep, really good job. Like I said about that run by Peyton, they were backed up 3rd and long, punted it inside 10 for the Patriots offense.
That was Peyton's first rush for positive yardage the entire season. Ahead they go with Hillman. And he's got a quick 4. The night before Super Bowl 50, the NFL salutes the best players and plays of the season in a primetime star-studded football and entertainment special. Conan O'Brien will host NFL Honors Saturday, February 6th, only on CBS. And you can see the rushing total so far. Denver, 65. One of the honors will be given away that night is the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, and you saw it at halftime. Congratulations to Anquan Bolden, Benjamin Watson, Eli Manning. Finalist, Collins, and and nowhere to hide for Manning.
Good timing. It's going to be a blitz. Jamie Collins really just waiting, sees the pass protection, and then comes around. And Denver, Max Garcia, too late seeing him. He gets in, gets the sack, and that was huge.
And all the build-up about Brady and Manning, and it's turning into a Miller and Collins affair.
It's amazing.
That's his second sack of the game. Was in on many other hits. And Manning, with just 3 on the play clock, gets them set on the 3rd and 19. Open underneath. And 4 Patriots are there at the 44 to end it. Got back 9 yards that time.
Well, New England, I think they were hoping and thinking, just talking to them, reading between the lines, that they were going to get this game if they could slow the run down like we talked about, that they would find a way maybe to make a play in the pass game, pressure Peyton Manning. We've seen Jamie Collins make a couple big sacks.
Pull quick. Toward the sideline. And Webster is there. Throws it back into the field. And then it's down by Latimer at the 1. They'll spot it out at about the 3 or 4. This is what we saw on several occasions against the Steelers. Webster got away from Amendola. And that's clean. A 54-yard punt to boot. The 2016 NFL Pro Bowl presented by USAA gets you closer to the players in action. Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice select the teams. Pro Bowl drafts on Wednesday. Then you can watch the Pro Bowl live from Aloha Stadium next Sunday on ESPN. Patriots right back to where they were on their last series. Across the middle and caught near the first down. Amendola tackled down maybe just shy of it.
I know one thing, if you're Tom Brady, you better catch it and throw it, because Von Miller is timing the snap and getting it around the edge so fast.
Here's what the big targets have done so far in this game. You say how fast you've got to get rid of it. Well, last week it was like 2 seconds per pass play. Von Miller did say this week, I only need 1 second. And they got the first down with Brady.
Well, that's the thing, Jim. You know, one of the things when you look at the Patriots all year long, all the empty formations, everything they do, moving people around, they confuse you. And Tom Brady gets a lot of easy throws. Today, everything is contested. Denver's attacking. They got great talent. That's why they're having trouble on the offensive side for New England moving the football.
And Derek Wolfe, he is down. It's Darian Stewart on the previous series for the Denver defense, who was shaken up.
Number 95. Well, he gets double teamed. Tries to brace himself and his foot slipped.
Well, he's a valuable part of this defense. And we saw a lot of action from him in the first quarter.
Well, you and I have done enough Denver Bronco games. We know how valuable he is, Malik Jackson, and of course the outside guys, they speak for themselves. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware get all the attention, but great inside play, and the 2 inside middle linebackers can run too.
So Wolfe able to get up and walk off on his own. First down for the Patriots coming up at the 16-yard line.
Patriots still trying to figure out a way to get this offense moving. When you see a formation like this, well, he goes back in the shotgun. Need more time. That's the biggest factor for this offense.
In the pocket, well protected. Gronkowski, the receiver. And it fouls out of bounds. He was drinking and hydrating during the break as he slips on the sideline during that Wolfe injury. Still trying to get hydrated. Boy, like what happened to Reggie Bush in St. Louis this year. He's going to sit out this play. He picked up the first down with that 11-yard play. Scott Chandler in for him. Final minute of the third quarter. They come after Brady, and he gets rid of it in the area of James White. And it was Malik Jackson who forced Brady to unload it.
Malik Jackson going to make the move to the... Oh, he just beats him inside. Marcus Cannon. Not sure who made the mistake on the protection. Nobody there. But again, you heard the report from Bill Belichick. The coverages caught him by surprise, and they showed a different one that time. Nobody open anyway for Tom Brady to throw to.
They're still working on Wolf. 2nd and 10. Rushing 3. He's got time to throw it, but Edelman was covered up by Harris. Well, after our game on Fox, the Cardinals take on the Panthers for the NFC Championship. And again, Wednesday, the Pro Bowl draft, setting up next Sunday's Pro Bowl games. The first time since 2004 that both championship games feature the 1 and 2 seeds from both conferences. As the countdown is 14 days and a little bit more. Gronkowski back out here for 3rd and 10. Manning is sacked yet again. It's Von Miller. He hasn't stopped running this entire game, most of the time in the direction of number 12.
Going to have to do something about Von Miller. They're going to have to put the tight end in front, chip him with the running back, but it's a blitz that time. And you want to know why New England is not doing much in offense? They can't win the one-on-one blocking, and they can't get away from the defensive backs quick enough.
And now he's got 2.5 sacks and brings out Allen for another punt. His 6th of the game. It's Norwood, and he's hammered from behind. It's quite a hit by King. Could have knocked the ball out, but Norwood held on. So the quarter has come to a close, with the Broncos leading it 17-12. 15 minutes of this one. It's been a good one. Coming up here on CBS. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. A game in which Denver has amassed a total of 189 yards of offense. 181 for the Patriots. Fourth begins with Manning throwing it over to Norwood for a short gain. And we go to the sideline to Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Jim. An update on free safety Darian Stewart. He has a right knee injury. It is wrapped in ice right now. His return is questionable. As for defensive end Derek Wolfe, it looked to be a hip injury. They rubbed some ointment on it, and I was told he is fine to go back in when the defense takes the field, Jim.
Hey, they'll love having him back.
Man, I need some of that ointment.
Junior, yeah.
Borrow some of that, huh?
Yeah.
Second and 7 pass, but pulled down by Sanders. Butler with the immediate tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and short yardage, and we go to Evan.
We talked about Rob Gronkowski getting hydrated. Well, now he's on the ground having his legs massaged. He's also getting oxygen. No word yet from the Patriots, but lower legs being worked on and oxygen at this point for Gronk.
A little bit of everything for Gronkowski.
Yeah, everybody can say what they want. All the teams that we do, they visit out here. We don't talk about the altitude and this, but you know it's a problem. It is. And shoot, you and I walk up a flight of stairs. I'm breathing hard.
You were winded. Extra lineman in for the Broncos. They failed in the third quarter on a 3rd and 1. Anderson this time though gets past the line and takes off. McCourty cuts off the angle near the 20. Luis Vasquez, one of those who opened it up for a gain of 30.
The right guard, Vasquez, gets a great block. Watch him knock it out. Nikovic can't close the hole and lets C.J. Anderson get through it. Also, you said it, Max Garcia in the backfield, good block. That was a new formation, different looking play that we've seen from Denver today.
Finally, one of the running backs from either side, for that matter, breaks one. The Broncos are at the 22, going back to Anderson. He's got another good gain behind Vasquez again, and he picks up 8.
Well, we saw Gronkowski getting worked on the sideline. You do get tired in this altitude. You heard him, Tracy Wolfson, say, Gary Kubiak, we got to stay with the run game. And this almost mimics the game they played out here at night. Late in the game, finally the run game started coming through for the Denver Broncos. A little bit like we saw, well, a couple times this year for this Denver offense.
Kind of the way it goes with Anderson, isn't it? He gets stronger as the season goes on, as the game goes on. Had the game winner against the Patriots in overtime, 2nd and 2. Newman. And that's all clogged up right away by the New England front.
Well, as we watch, as we have seen with New England's offense, really important to keep this a one-score game.
And a field goal would do that.
That's right. Denver got the clock. They're controlling it. They're controlling the tempo of the game. This is definitely run pass. Both options there for Peyton Manning here on 3rd down. Of course, not anymore.
Well, I don't know. We've seen him run it. You never know. 3rd and 2. He's going to throw it at the 10 for the first time. It's Sanders. He was able to box out and get the catch. Had the position.
Kind of the same thing we've seen so much over the years. Up the field, come underneath. Perfect throw down and low by Peyton Manning.
Well, this wide receiving corps had all kinds of drop issues last week. It hasn't been the case today. They've made some tough catches. Sanders on the long one in the first half.
You know what was said during the week? Nothing. Just tell them they can do it. Give them confidence. That's what you do. Last week was windy. I think that had a lot to do with the drop passes.
1st and goal from the 10. Anderson pushed outside by Branch, and other Patriots are there to pay it off, including Hightower. Alan Branch has been disruptive a number of times in this game.
Yes, very strong inside. We said that. Branch, Malcolm Brown, Akeem Hicks, all big, tough matchups for the interior offensive line of the Denver Broncos. When I say big, I mean even big by NFL standards.
2nd and goal. Now at the 13. These experienced receivers are on the right side, but he's looking down the middle, and it's thrown over the top of everyone in the direction of Daniels. McCourty was back there on full coverage.
I think Jamie Collins has seen enough of these double moves today by Owen Daniels. Little hook and go. He's underneath. McCourty behind. Nowhere to throw the football.
All right, 3rd and goal coming up. 13 yards out.
Just play safe. Be smart. Don't go for a double move, knowing it's 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line.
Norwood was the target.
It came on a blitz. Very surprised. Norwood had Coleman beat. Watch another stick move. They love these moves inside the red area, and New England gave them exactly what they wanted. Man-to-man coverage, a chance to go in the end zone. Peyton Manning missed it.
McManus now with a 31-yard attempt to get the lead back up to 8. And that kick is good.
New England dodged the bullet that time.
Today's Next Gen Stats are brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing. And how about this in some 33 minutes of game action? We've had only field goals. Let's take a look again at the next gen stats presented by Mercedes-Benz, and take it away, Phil. Here you go.
Well, Rob Gronkowski, what has he done today? Such a big focus by us and everybody before the game. 8 targets, 4 receptions. You can see what he's done after the catch. Only 17 yards. Give credit to Denver's defense. The other one, Julian Edelman, thought that he would be really the focal point of the passing game. Chris Harris, Bradley Roby have been awesome in coverage.
Edelman, 3 catches, 21 yards. We haven't seen New England's offense held in check like this in a long time. To your point, 1st and 10. Brady got plenty of time. Ball's tipped in the air, and Roby dove for it, incomplete. It's Talib who splattered the receiver and had the ball deflected up into the air.
Well, it's a 3-man rush, and I love this tactic by Denver because it puts an extra guy in coverage. And so you watch as they're crossing, people are coming off. Really nowhere Tom Brady can't find a receiver quick enough.
Amendola was shaken up off this hit by Talib, trying to stretch out and get back out there in a hurry. It's 2nd and 10. Another big hit on Edelman. He holds on. It's KO. That brings a flag. KO on the field because of the injury to Darian Stewart.
They're discussing, was it a defenseless receiver?
Well, someone saw something, but now they've got a committee to try to sort it out.
The pass was complete. There was also a personal foul. Unnecessary roughness by the defense. Number 32. I think on the defenseless player. 15 yards added on. 1st down.
Kubiak telling the official, look up at the big screen.
Well, as you watch it, Julian Edelman's actually lowered himself to protect, and it is helmet to helmet. So the call by the rules, it's correct.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you get that helmet contact, it's the responsibility of the defender to avoid it, even though there was a duck bite to the receiver.
Bolden slammed down on the carry by Derek Wolfe. Pick up a 4 as we approach 9 minutes remaining. The leading rusher for the Patriots in this game is Tom Brady. 3 carries for 13 yards.
Putting Gronkowski to the side of Von Miller, hoping that helps out Marcus Cannon.
2nd and 6. He's got Bolden out of the backfield. He's got 1st down yardage. Stepping out at the 44 of the Broncos. On Super Bowl Sunday, Pepsi presents the biggest concert of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 50 halftime show. And for the first time ever, Pepsi is giving fans exclusive behind-the-scenes access. As the show comes together, go to Pepsi.com for more details. First down, New England. Brady steps up from the pressure. He's got time, tries to get balanced, and he throws it over the head of Gronkowski. Never quite got the feet set.
No, you know why? Because he keeps looking for somebody. He expects pressure. It's another 3-man rush, and just watch how it unfolds. The extra defender, they're looking for all the short throws underneath. Everybody covered, nowhere to throw.
T.J. Ward now is the latest Bronco to be shaken up. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM. IBM Watson can help us outthink our biggest challenges. Diet Dr. Pepper, it's the sweet one. And by the Ford F-150, every other truck is history. TJ Ward out. It's suddenly a very thin secondary for the Broncos.
Having trouble lining up. They got to call a timeout.
And they're calling the timeout. They've got their two starting safeties both out, both Stewart and Ward.
Well, that's the reason why. 5 wide receivers.
It's a 30-second timeout.
Well, he hit knees, you can see.
That's where Ward got hurt. Here was Gronkowski.
The initial coverage, very good. Tom Brady scrambling, comes open, but
It was a unusual or awkward looking pass play here.
well, when you're a quarterback and you move forward like that against his pass rush, you are expecting to get blindsided. So he kept waiting. Might be a hit. That's what makes you uneasy. And I'm just saying this. I saw it in practice, but the three-man rush by Denver, saw in practice, it looked great, and it's been a big key to this game here today.
They're the defenders who have been on him, but Ward is not in the game. Amendola again has returned after being shaken up at the start of this drive. It's a 2nd and 10 with 8:15 to play. Brady goes for the sideline ball. The receiver's there, but it's incomplete. James White trying to make a diving catch.
Well, they kept the tight end in. Gronkowski trying to get extra time at James White. A slant goal against Trevathan. They love putting the running backs outside and do double moves. But I think Tom Brady felt the pressure. Needed about another half second to throw that football on the line and would have been a touchdown.
This Denver defense, Bill, has feasted on 3rd down, holding the Patriots to 1 of 10. Including 3 sacks and a pick. There's Gronkowski at the bottom. Roby's on him. Pass rifled across the middle, and it's caught by Edelman at the 26.
Might be the best throw of the day by Tom Brady. Edelman going to go down. The safeties are deep, and he throws it hard, right on target. Perfect spiral.
And there's KO on the tackle, picked up 19.
Well, KO couldn't get there quick enough to break it up.
Peyton's going to switch seats. Maybe he's superstitious. 1st and 10, Patriots, 25-yard line. White covered up right away. Trevathan, first to get there. Barrett the second, loss of 1. And let's take a look at our nationwide sky cam.
Well, even though Denver plays out here, they're not immune to getting tired on defense themselves. So a lot of plays. The plays are adding up on this drive. And there comes a point as a pass rusher where you become ineffective.
It's the 9th play of the drive for the Patriots. Brady, he's going for the big one here. To the end zone, and again, it looked like a replay of what happened 2 plays before. White unable to get off the defender fast enough and not able to make the diving grab.
That was the time to throw because DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller both out of the game. But now they both check back in.
And like before, it was Trevathan who was covering him. 3rd and 11. They go underneath. 1 hit on Amendola. Ducks for the other one. Still comes up about a yard shy. He escaped Bush and Talib. Picks up 10, and now what do you do?
4th down and short. Bill Belichick is going to go for it. I like this call, Jim. You're having so much trouble moving the football, but to think you kick a field goal and then you're backed up and have to drive it down again, you would still need a touchdown.
It's a long one. 4th and 1. Jackson is the running back. At the 6-minute mark, they fake to Jackson. The pass to Edelman, and the stick right away by Harris. And the Denver defense gets the ball back for the Broncos.
Chris Harris stays in position to make the tackle and stop the 4th down play.
Belichick, McDaniels, Brady all talking about what happened there on the 4th down play. As the Broncos hand it off to Anderson, maybe got a yard. That 4th down play, how about DeMarcus Ware being in Brady's face so quickly?
He was. Great play call, really good design. Chris Harris staying in position. Even if Brady threw it a little harder, I think still Chris Harris is going to get there. Not fooled. He let his guy go across the field because he saw the action, made the big tackle. I think that play we saw in Super Bowl 1982. Earl Cooper caught it for the San Francisco 49ers for a touchdown.
2nd and 9, and pass thrown in the direction of Thomas, who continues to be contained by Logan Ryan.
It was a little tight. You know, you're Peyton Manning. We talked about, you know, how he played the game last week, how proud he really was of what he did. You know, making the calls, managing the game, being tough. Why am I saying that? Because in this position, the way your defense is played, you take no chances with the football.
3rd and 9. And that's going to be against the Broncos as Thomas left early. Thomas thrown off again.
Ball started offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Thomas with only 2 catches for 12 yards.
Well, both teams have made it tough for the quarterbacks to get all those little easy throws that I talked about earlier. All those drive starters, the screens. That's why they're in the championship game. Defense is absolutely playing championship football.
Brady staying loose, and he may be getting the football back here momentarily. 3rd and 14. Safe throw, and the Patriots were there waiting for it. Hillman with the catch, gain of 7, and the Broncos to punt.
You gotta say this, all the big hits today, and getting hit when you're not expecting it, surprised we haven't seen a fumble.
Not a 1, 2 takeaways in this game, both by the Bronco defense. Of course, you got to recall too, that was because of a hit, the lateral play.
Yes.
Set up the Patriots touchdown. The backward pass, which is officially ruled a fumble. There's Amendola at the 27, and tripped up again by Latimer. 54-yard boot. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. Bring home the win. And by Subway and the turkey breast sandwich with no artificial preservatives. Well, you see what the quarterbacks have done in this game, and now Brady hoping to put together a drive and do what he's done best. Come through in the clutch. Has to get rid of it though again as he's smothered, this time by Malik Jackson.
I think Von Miller's who pushes him out to let Malik Jackson get the sack. You know, just the crowd noise. 5 wide receivers. It is truly just one-on-one. And Von Miller's start is just quicker than Marcus Cannon's.
Officially 4 sacks. Of course, that incompletion was very close to the 5th one, but 4 sacks, and how many other times have they knocked him down? 2nd and 10. Not time for this one. And he's able to zing it in there. Ball squirts out, but it's a catch by James White, who's become a very big target here in the late going. Gain of 16.
Top of the screen, James White Wow, really good throw. Just sticks it in there, and he's running. Ball does come loose.
Tell you what, if you're Denver, would you challenge that as
White, looks like James White, though, reaches out, gets control of it again.
Was it a completion for sure? Did he have enough football moves?
Yes, he did. A couple steps and a move.
From the pocket again, across the middle, Gronkowski hurtling down all the way to the Broncos 27 as he flips it back to the officials, and the Patriots are in business after that 29-yard play.
Watch Gronkowski, little fake, goes right down the middle. Looks like the play that Owen Daniels scored for a touchdown. Beat the linebacker, make that little move. Tom Brady steps up. It's Thomas DeMarcus Ware. The outside pressure, relentless. Brady knows he's got to make quick decisions, get rid of the football.
Approaching 3 minutes to go. From the 28. It's Gronkowski again, and pushed back by Harris. They'll give him 5 with the forward progress. And again, in the first quarter, after the Steven Jackson touchdown from a yard out, Gostowski missed the point after.
And you know, it's not one of those where they missed a field goal that can change the way you manage the game. This game hasn't changed because of that extra point. Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, both teams have managed it the same way. Play calls wouldn't have changed. Just a big miss.
2nd and 5. And incomplete in the direction of White. Now flag comes in. It's going to be a hold call against the Broncos.
Before the pass was thrown, holding, defense number 54. 5-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That'll put the football, we'll spot it at the 18. There's the hold on Marshall.
Well, James White has turned into the
Shane Vereen roll.
Yep, the target. They love the matchup, inside or outside, against the linebacker.
Brady quickly over to White to lead. Tackles him high, but another 8 or 9 picked up by New England.
Chris Harris, Brandon Marshall looking at each other like we made a mistake inside. That tight formation caused a little confusion. That's why Brandon White wide open. James White wide open.
Brings it inside the 10. And less than a yard to go for the first. Split out 5 wide on 2nd and short. Coming in on Brady. Pass. He had to unload it because Ware was all over him. DeMarcus Ware playing in his first ever championship game.
Coming from the outside. Nobody there to block him.
There you go. Knocked down 11 times. Third and inside of a yard to go.
Gronkowski, top of the screen.
Sneak by Brady. And flag is out. Broncos stopped him, which is a rare sight.
Before the ball was snapped, ball started offense. Number 61. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Called on Marcus Cannon, and suddenly you got now 3rd and 6.
Just ahead of it. Now, you know, Denver ready for those quarterback sneaks. Doesn't matter here. What matchup can you get? The last play, they had Ron Gronkowski against the linebacker. Not this time.
Gronkowski line up on the right side of the line. 3rd and 6. Quickly unloaded for the first down, and the ball comes out at the end. Amendola had the catch. Denver has the football. They rule it incomplete.
4th
They're going to go for it again.
Yeah, they have to go for it. It's a bang-bang play. In other words, watch how quick. The catch, hit, ball comes loose.
Look at Kayvon Webster, one of the backup corners.
Contact, he had to hold that all the way to the ground and get up with the football, did not.
Hold on a second, there's a challenge flag here. Denver's going to present the argument that it was a catch and that he was down. Or the ball came out before he was down.
Denver is challenging the ruling on the field that the pass was incomplete.
When does he have control? For how long does he have it? Coming out of a Bronco challenge. And Ed Hockley has the ruling.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver never had complete control of the ball. It was an incomplete pass. Denver is charged with their second timeout.
Okay, what it does now, it sets up 4th and 6. Here it is one more time. The Patriots had plenty of time now to discuss their options for this crucial play coming up.
What's been their best matchup? Gronkowski or James White against Trevathan, top of the screen.
White shifts back alongside Brady. Pocket collapsing. Brady throws it off his back foot, and it's tipped away. They were going for Gronkowski. He had 3 Broncos around him, and Gronkowski claims it was contact.
They tried to change up. They've been sending James White outside all the time, but this time he comes across. Denver not fooled. Well, what an adjustment. A quick recovery by the linebacker to stop that play. They were going once again to James White.
Looked like Talib was the one who got a hand on it. Talib's kind of got his right arm wrapped around him for a moment there. Talib got a fingertip on it as it deflected away. So, still got the 2-minute warning if you're the Patriots, and you've got all 3 timeouts. Far from over. Anderson off the right side for a couple, and there's the first timeout utilized by Belichick's side.
First, it's a 30-second timeout. 30 seconds.
Well, the original play was going to happen like right now, throw it to the back. He's not open. Tom Brady wants extra time. It's not there. Malik Jackson, Von Miller, nothing he can do. He does the right thing, just throwing a jump ball, and everybody's going to go, oh, is that a penalty? No. It's just contact in the end zone, a good no call.
James Ferentz has come into the Bronco lineup. There he is, offset in the backfield. Anderson, the deep back in 2nd and 8. And the Patriots close him down just after the handoff, and they take another timeout at 2:09 to go. So coming up, the Subway postgame show after this one ends. JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, Coach Cowher, their analysis of this game as well as the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy to the winning team. It's all coming up on the Subway post-game show. So 2:09 to go in this one. Trying to figure out the first team to qualify for that milestone 50th Super Bowl, February 7th. Coming up later, Arizona at Carolina, as the Panthers will be hosting an NFC Championship game for the first time, while the Panthers will be trying to make it 4 straight years that the NFC West, make that the Cardinals, I should say, the Cardinals trying to make it 4 straight years that the West represents the NFC. after San Francisco and Seattle twice. Third and 10, and Manning from the gun. Goes down the sidelines, got a man there, and is batted down. Beautifully covered by Butler. He was step for step with Sanders, and the Patriots are going to get the football back right at the 2-minute warning. Plus they'll have one timeout left.
Yeah, it gives them a little extra time, but they're trying to win the game. And this is a safe play if you're the Denver Broncos. You know, you can't throw a screen. The draw's not going to work. So you get tight coverage, throw it up there, and see if your guy can beat the defensive back for the catch.
Edelman is back deep for the first time. Amendola shaken up before. Edelman last year in the regular season had an 84-yard touchdown against the Broncos on a punt return. He fields it at the 35. Edelman, little stunner step move and slips through one tackle. He gets all the way to the 50. 2-minute warning. 1:52 to go. Can Tom Brady bring him back? Operating at midfield. 1:52 to go in the pursuit of Super Bowl 50. This drive will begin at the 50. Brady heaving it down the field. The receiver was White, and he had his hands on it for a moment but couldn't hold on.
Got exactly what they wanted. They got both safeties in the middle of the field, and they get one-on-one on the outside. And this is the matchup we've been talking about. This is what they want. James White against the linebacker. That time it was Brandon Marshall.
This Denver defense, best in the league this year, can now take the Broncos to the Super Bowl if they can hold the Patriots back. They're chasing after Brady, who was able to get rid of it, and it's ruled an incompletion on the field. That was DeMarcus Ware who grabbed him by the leg from behind.
Watch down the field. Gronkowski inside. He's not running full speed. The crosses are covered. The end cut was covered. That was perfect. Gronkowski really struggling to run. Chris Harris is on him. Left side, nobody. Safety's going to come to LaFell. So where do you throw it? You throw it away. The story of the game. Protect him. Tom Brady. And the guy's not getting open consistently enough.
3rd and 10, and again they're on Brady. He unloads it just in time. And Ware has been making plays in this quarter. He's been in the backfield a handful of times, and he was on this occasion.
On the outside, what do? Again, pressure. And Wade Phillips is a pressure coach. They're not backing off, giving the easy completions, and the Patriots cannot shake it.
So for the 3rd time in this quarter, the Patriots face 4th down. The Broncos have not allowed a 4th down conversion over a long span, the last 10 attempts by an opponent. This one could close it out. Brady, though, goes down the field to Gronkowski, and he has the football at the 10-yard line.
He was double covered. And what happens when you're double covered? Who's got him deep? In and out. Look at that. So, I got him inside. You got him outside. Gronkowski goes right down the middle, and that was a beautiful throw by Tom Brady on 4th down.
The pass was perfectly thrown, and again, the Broncos without their starting safeties.
Big part of it, but that was the perfect play. Double coverage. They made a mistake.
1st and goal. Brady over the top, incomplete. Back in the direction of White.
Well, if there's some way Tom Brady pulls this out, he'll need 2 weeks to rest up from all the hits.
No question. I've never seen him
take this
under pressure for this long throughout the game.
It's the best defense he's probably faced maybe in his career. One of the best, that's for sure.
Hurried 18 times, knocked down 14. Gronkowski has Talib on him at the top. 2nd and goal. Quickly over to Edelman. Edelman gets around Roby, and it's down to the 4. Finally tripped up by Webster, and the clock is running. Patriots have the 1 timeout. So 3rd and goal to go. Some confusion, it looks like, on the Denver defense.
Well, they brought in substitutions.
They got Roby down here in the bottom on Gronkowski. Brady looked his way. He's hit and throws incomplete. And now the AFC Championship's going to come down to this very next snap.
Well, you say it. What happens, and it's happened all day long. The pressure on Tom Brady, but he wants to go to Gronkowski, but all the different changes that Wade Phillips has made, they had him double covered, nowhere to go.
The timeout is called.
Timeout New England. That's their 3rd and final timeout.
And again, the Subway post-game show comes up after this one concludes, including the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy. The Patriots needing the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They've been down here a couple of times already in this quarter. And now for the 3rd time, trying to pull off the comeback. And then, of course, they'll have to step right back up and face another do-or-die situation with a 2-point conversion.
Tom Brady told us last night, or Friday night, he trusts all the receivers on the field. And that's what it's going to come down to. Look out there. Which matchup do you like when you go to that guy?
Here we go. The 13th snap in the quarter inside the 30. With the game on the line, Brady in the pocket, end zone bound, and it is caught by Gronkowski to make it 20-18. He got away from the Denver defenders.
Double covered again. Tom Brady under pressure just threw it up, hoping his guy could out-jump, and Gronkowski does it. Here he is, 87. Watch him go to the back of the end zone. True double team.
Was he ever out of bounds and come back in to catch it?
No, he was not.
We got an official right there. Of course, every touchdown has to be validated. That looked like he was inside of it.
Perfect coverage. They had it just the size of Gronkowski. 6'6", goes over Chris Harris.
Touchdown stands. Here we go. Timeouts called by the Broncos.
Timeout Denver. That's their 3rd and final timeout. 30 seconds.
And what a job by Tom Brady. The 4th down throw, 2 4th down throws. But the first one was clear. That one, he was going to get sacked, so he just gave his guy a chance, and Rob Gronkowski made the play.
And remember, they had a 4th down play earlier in this drive when Brady heaved it down the field to Gronkowski. And back in the first quarter, Gostowski missed the PAT. A lot of things have happened since then, course of the game, but that's why they're at this point right now facing a 2 to try to force overtime. And they've got Amendola back for this play. He's been out this whole drive up until this 2-point conversion. So the Denver defense has to be in a little bit of shock after the 2 4th down conversions, the latest one going for the touchdown. But they must regroup here because one stop takes them to the Super Bowl. Here's Brady. Rolling out, rolling and throwing. It's tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Roby. He lost the football back at the 20, but it doesn't matter. It was tipped by Talib, and the Denver defense saves it at the end.
Well, once again, they're going to double team the tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Look down at the bottom of your screen. Easy to say now, but that was your one-on-one. And as we've said all day long, pressure made Brady move.
Talib was the one who tipped it. Roby, who has a nose for the football, we've seen that over the course of his 2 years. He ended up making the pick. And Brady's season, which has been a remarkable season, so undermanned across the whole offense to get him to this point. And Peyton Manning begins the celebration here as now Gostowski will get set for an onside kickoff. Watching Manning through that last series reminded me so much of 9 years ago when we were at the AFC Championship game in Indianapolis, and he was sitting on that sideline and could barely watch.
Came back from a 21-3 deficit. The Patriots have a high number of different onside kicks. You always got to be alert for the one right down the middle where the kicker tries to recover.
They have actually had 2 successful onside kicks this year after having 2 in their entire history before that. And it's recovered by KO.
Gostowski was trying to kick it and get there first. KO, great job of reading it, caught it on the hop.
Have to clear off the field here because we're one official kneel down away. And it's going to be one triumphant kneel down for Peyton and these Denver Broncos. There weren't a whole lot of people giving them a chance coming into this one.
Well, he did it once again. 17 of 32, 176 yards, the 2 touchdown passes in the first half, and the defense came through so many times for Denver New York.
Denver wins it, heading to Super Bowl 50.
Well, Jim, a couple of weeks ago, he was the backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback for the first time since he was a freshman in college. Came off the bench week 17. Got the Broncos restarted. Gave them a spark. Won the Division 1-1 seed.
What a battle.
It was the first time in history that 2 quarterbacks met for the 5th time in postseason history, and in all 5 occasions, the quarterback who's playing at home won.
Well, you know, let's go back to what we said at the start of the game. I think he did it once again, Peyton, when you saw how he played. He knows the team. They're tough. It's about the defense. You got to go out there and compliment it. And the offense did all day long.
Everyone around the Patriots will tell you they had never seen, if it was possible, to have more motivation or a bigger chip on your shoulder. They had never seen Tom Brady so laser focused like he was this season.
Well, it could have been true, or it is, but he's always laser focused. Tom Brady always finds something to draft, whatever it is, discount him, to drive himself and the football team. But they ran up against a Super Bowl defense in the Denver Broncos, and they just couldn't make enough plays today to win the game.
Denver as a franchise is going to the Super Bowl for the 8th time. That's tied for the most in history, along with the Patriots, the Cowboys, and the Steelers. All of them with 8 trips. Gary Kubiak, in his first year as the head coach of the Broncos, takes the team he played for to the promised land, taking them to the Super Bowl.
Changed the team, defensive oriented, tough. You saw all that here today with Gary Kubiak, Wade Phillips, and the Denver Broncos.
Okay, the Subway post-game show is coming up. The 17th edition of Brady Manning was very memorable. Right up there, maybe the greatest of them all. There have been a lot of good ones. Not a lot of people saw this result coming. But the Broncos win it 20-18, and they're heading to the Super Bowl, and we're heading down to the field for the presentation of the Lamar Hunt Trophy. You're watching the NFL on CBS.